Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be sharing with you a tutorial on how I created these super cute candy corn Frappuccino cards. I had created something similar during Christmas time last year and I loved them so much that I wanted to create Halloween themed ones. And right away the idea came to my mind that I wanted to create candy corn Frappuccino cards. So I love how they turned out. I think they're so adorable and they look so yummy. So if you guys want to see how I created these, then just keep watching. So to create my card, I used the Frap Shake card die set from Honeybee Stamps. I'll link it in the description box in case you guys want to pick it up. I die cut all my pieces out of Arteza watercolor paper that I'll also link down below. So I have the cup, the whipped cream, and the lid. And I'm going to start by distressing my cup piece. So I'm using Mustard Seed Distress Oxide ink, and I'm actually using the Dollar Tree blending brushes, and I am so happy with them, you guys. They are amazing. So I'm just doing that, and I'm starting with the yellow on the top, and I'm blending that out as best as I can. And once I am done with that color, I'm going to move on to my orange color, which is Carved Pumpkin. Now, I'm not quite sure if you can mix Distress Oxide and Distress inks. I'm pretty sure you can. I didn't have the Carved Pumpkin in the Distress Oxide, so I just used what I had, so that's what I'm doing here. My Carved Pumpkin is a little dry. I need to add my refresher to the ink pad, but I'm just using it for now. So I am so in love with these cards, you guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. I love them so much. And I think it's just because I love candy corn. I know not a lot of people do. So if you do, let me know in the comments down below. If you hate it, also let me know. If you've never tried candy corn before, let me know as well. I love it, like I said. I've loved it ever since I was a kid. So that's just me. So I'm going to go back into my mustard seed and blend the two together. So I'm blending the Carved Pumpkin in with the mustard seed. And I think this blended out really nicely. So I'm basically just going to go back and forth between the mustard seed and the Carved Pumpkin. I want the Carved Pumpkin to be a little bit darker. So I'm just going to go back in and blend that out some more. There was no need for me to distress the bottom because, as you all know, candy corns on the bottom are white, so I just left that alone. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take the lid of my cup and my Tim Holtz distresser and my Carved Pumpkin and just go along the edges because I'm not a pro at the blending brushes yet, and I didn't want to make a mistake on the lid of the cup. So I'm just going around the edges of the cup, leaving the center white. I just wanted a hint of color. And once that's done, I'm going to also go ahead and distress my straw. So I used orange cardstock from Basil, and I'm going to just be distressing it also with the Carved Pumpkin just so it has a little bit more dimension. While I'm doing that, I just wanted to let you guys know that this card was so much fun to make. If you want to get crafty and messy, this is definitely the card to do because I got so messy with orange, white, and yellow paint. It was crazy. So this is my paintbrush that I'm going to be using to splatter all my water and paint. So I'm using a number 2 Ranger paintbrush, and I'm just flicking water onto the top of my project. And I'm going to wait about 30 seconds and then sop it up with my paper towel, and it's ready for the paint. So I'm going to be using white, orange, and yellow acrylic paint with a little bit of water. I'm starting with my white, and I'm just adding a little bit of water to the white acrylic paint just because I want it to be a little loose. And I'm flicking that onto my project. And you guys, I tried to keep this as clean as possible, but once I figured out there was just no way, I just didn't even care. So I get paint everywhere. So this is definitely a messy project. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to flick my white paint. Once that's done, I clean off my brush and I'm going to go into the orange. I just wanted flecks of all 3 colors, and like I said, love how this turned out. So again, mixing water with my orange acrylic paint. This time I put my whipped cream above my cup because I knew I wanted it to have the orange and yellow paint splatters. So I'm going ahead and just flicking all the orange paint onto both pieces. The whipped cream was already white, so there was no need for me to have it there when I was using my white acrylic paint. So I just brought it in when I wanted to use the orange and yellow. And I love it how it looks. It looks just like a little sweet accent of sprinkles on the whipped cream. It's so cute. So once I am done with the orange, I'm going to move on to the yellow. And you guys, like I said, this was super messy. I even tried before when I was distressing backgrounds and trying to make card bases and things for future card projects, I even tried to use a little mailing box and it worked, but I didn't get the splatters that I wanted. So I just think when you use acrylic paint and you just want to splatter all over a project, it's going to get messy. So right when I knew that there was no way that I can keep this clean, I just gave up and I had fun with it. So as you can see, I'm tapping my hand on the top of the paintbrush and that just gives the perfect splatter. So while that's drying, I'm just going to go ahead and grab my card base and fold it in half. And I'm going to grab my cup piece and add some adhesive on the back. I'm using my ATG gun. And I'm going to add that to the front of my card. So I'm just lining that up, making sure everything looks even and nice. And I'm going to go ahead and press that down. So then I'm going to go ahead after that and grab the cup portion, do the same thing, add some adhesive and add that to the top of the card base. I just love once it all starts to come together, all the pieces, and you see everything. I just love it so much. This is such a fun card to make. Even when I did the Christmas ones, it was so much fun. So I went ahead and cut off a little piece off the straw and just placed it in the center, stuck it down, and now I'm adding on my whipped cream. So this year I picked up the Lawn Fawn Candy Corn add-on to the How You Bean stamp set, and I figured I'd go ahead and use that. So I used that for my sentiment and for the little candy corns. This is the sentiment I stamped out on the watercolor cardstock, and I just used a fishtail banner die that I got from my friend Amador. And I'm just going to go ahead and punch a hole with my crocodile. And I'm using the candy corn twine that I've been hoarding from Lawn Fawn. I love this twine so much that I almost got a second little spool of it, but oh my gosh, I love it so much. So I've been hoarding it. I think it is so cute, especially me because I love candy corn. So I just wound that across the top of the lid a couple times, and now I'm tying a knot. Once I have that tied, I'm just going to go ahead and run my sentiments through the ends and string it all the way down to the base of the knot. And then I'm just going to tie a bow. Once I created my bow, I grabbed one of the ends and I just love tying a little knot and then fraying it. I think it is so cute. I also think it helps because instead of it over time fraying on its own, I just went ahead, tied the knot, and frayed it myself. And I just love it. I think it's such a cute little detail. And yeah, I love doing that to my twine. So we're almost done. I'm just taking my Tim Holtz stamping platform and I'm going to go ahead and grab the second part of the sentiment and I'm going to stamp that inside the card. And I'm using this really cool ombre ink that my friend Amador gifted to me. So I'm just going to be stamping that a couple times, re-inking it and stamping it again. I love my stamping platform. I think it is great just because I'm not that great at stamping stuff out, so this really helps me. So that's that. And last but not least, I'm going to add my little candy corns from the stamp set. I already went ahead and colored them up, and I'm going to just use little foam squares on the back of them to make them a little bit dimensional, and I'm going to add them as a little garnish to my candy corn Frappuccino. So I love this. This is like my favorite part, I think, other than, you know, actually doing the distress inks. But I just love adding the little candy corns to the top of the whipped cream. I think it is so cute. So this is my finished card, and I love how they turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to give this a try, or if you have this die and what have you created with it. I love it. So thanks again so much for watching, and I will talk to you all soon. Love you guys. Bye.